report. Jan, you're next, please.
Thank you very much. I can only join those who congratulate you for this report, for the draft, for the working paper. I think it's the perfect start for the ongoing and soon work on further follow-up to our resolution from March last year. I would like to highlight some points with regard to the recommendations and the points which we already put forward in the resolution from March last year, because most of, or all the recommendations are not really followed up at the moment by the institutions, and I think that is very disappointing. But I think that the most disappointing point in all this is that those issues which we rose in our report towards our own institution is also not taken up. And I think that's ridiculous. I think that we were talking here, we had one of our inquiry meetings dedicated to the IT security of this institution, and it's not followed up since 1 year. I think this is completely unacceptable, and I think we need to act toward this immediately. And we need to have the presidency aware of the fact that this is not an issue of how to organize the rooms in which we do our meetings or such a stuff, but this is a political question. I get questions from heads of intelligence services why the espionage protection of this institution is so weak. This is ridiculous. I think that we really need to, first of all, if we don't deliver on those points immediately, we really have a problem. And therefore, I think it's very good that you put that as one point to be followed up as next steps, because I think this is the first step which we need to take. If we don't get the institutions, so the parliament's IT's infrastructure right, then we are not able to deliver anything to our citizens. Because if we don't get our own things where we have decisions on, I think that that's not working. And what I hear is that nothing happened. And I think that's unacceptable. I mean, we still have systems in place where there are backdoors, and that's not possible. But of course, that was just one point which I wanted to make very clear, because I really feel, I don't know, I really feel that I cannot really stand that I cannot answer people, there have been proven leaks in our own systems, but we are even not able to fix them. I think I cannot really stand that. On the other recommendations, I completely agree to Carlos Coelho. We need to stick to those, and also I think that the adoption of the data protection package, the umbrella agreement, and the suspension of Safe Harbor and TFTP, they need to be put on the agenda. We need to have it on our Parliament's agenda. We need to also say clearly that, especially the Commission, they cannot just ignore our requests. Now it's 1 year, and there have been quite many talks back and forth, but at a certain moment our resolutions need to be also taken serious. And if this is not developed, we really have a problem. Then, last point on the actual developments. I think what we haven't really made clear, obviously, enough in the results of our inquiry is that this is not only about the NSA, but that this is also about our own intelligence services. And the last document being to the public awareness on the attack on the Gemalto company and their systems by also the GCHQ, it made me personally clear that we are here. We can see here an act of aggression inside the European Union. And I think for us, I mean, we are all European parliamentarians. We should be aware that something is happening here which is for Europe and for the European integration completely unacceptable. In each and every case in the international community, we would say this is an act of aggression. Yeah. It's, this is cyberwar, and it's happening inside the European Union. I think that we need to be a bit more outspoken on this as the European Parliament, and I would say vis-à-vis our own governments in the Council, they need to act because, of course, we all know national security is in their hands. But I think that needs to be clearer if we, when we will follow up to this, that we also address a bit more strictly what our own governments are doing to safeguard us from those attacks. And this is not only about the integrity of nations and their security, but this is also the integrity of our own rule of law-based democracy and our citizens' rights.